you son of a bitch. Cause Pawn's drunk loves you.
All right, my fault. My fault. I went live just a minute ago and stuff like that. I don't know what happened. Try to go live off the YouTube, and I think that it froze it froze down. So what's good, y'all? What's good? So for the people that was looking on, damn, I didn't even know where I was at. But yeah. So yeah, I'm making a public apology. A public apology to Victor Conte and the Snackers because people feel that is unfair. People feel that is unjust. People are turning it around that us, the YouTubers that are suspicious and questioning, we're the wrong ones. You're trying to sabotage the integrity of the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. Okay. I'm back at it. Yeah. So, like I was saying in the other live, like I was saying just right now in the live, like I was just saying right now, that I'm naive about I've gotten naive, you know. I've forgotten the community I'm in. This is the boxing community. This is the boxing community that, as like I was saying early on, it really doesn't have no integrity. And I keep being naive. I keep mind effing myself and thinking that if you present something with integrity, then you're gonna get the benefit of the doubt. And like I was saying earlier, I don't understand. It's mind-boggling. I understand, but it's mind-boggling that this community is always divided on something. Like, we could never just be all hands on deck. We just can't be like, you know what? The majority of the people understand, and you know what? This makes sense. This is facts. This is logical. This is objective. This is fair. Nah. Now people are having a problem. People have a problem with boxing content creators that is trying to question and be suspicious of someone that have destroyed other sports in America. The biggest PED cheater and distributor in the history of sports is in our sport. And he's getting the benefit of the doubt in the most dangerous sport in the world. He's getting the benefit of the doubt that no other sport, no other athlete, no other representative of those athletes would even want to be close to a person like Victor Conte. And this, and like I said earlier on, first and foremost, with Victor Conte, my prayers go out to him. I know he has cancer, and my prayers go out to him. I want him to beat cancer. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is just boxing talk. It's boxing talk. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I also forget, people keep on saying, yo, but you don't believe in second chances. And I'm saying in my mind, like, wow. Does his second chance deserve to be in this sport? Or his second chance deserve to do something else? Because that second chance, the second chance don't mean to. But anyway, I'm not even going to go down there. I'm naive that this is a sport, not even about second chances, but second and first chances. Second, third, fourth, fifth chances. This is the same sport that we love Mike Tyson, right? We love Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter. We know what he was convicted of, but we still love Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. In this sport, we've seen fighters do horrible things, maybe to their significant others and things of that nature, but we still give second chances. This is the land of second and third and fourth chances. And I'm naive. And at the end of the day, Victor Conte has gained and earned the respect of all the sanctioning bodies, have earned the respect of promoters, have earned the respect of fighters that we respect. And the only reason, truly, the only reason why I didn't want fighters to affiliate with him or guys like him, because I don't want their legacy to be tampered with. I don't want people to second guess their legacy, their potential great victories, and things of that nature. But if fighters don't care about it, why do I care about it? Fans don't care about it. I just did a poll, and I said this earlier. I did a poll earlier, and I said that, are you highly interested to see Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez? Most of the people said they're highly interested. They can't wait to see the fight. 80%, right? 80% wants to see the fight, can't wait to see the fight, highly interested of the fight. And two of these guys are linked to, PED's allegations. You know what? Anyway, no, so most of his high profile fighters have been popped dirty. The affiliation with SNAC fighters, and people are saying, but yo, Punch, why don't you focus on those who pop dirty? Why don't you focus on those who tested, right? Tested positive for PEDs. And I'm saying that the testing is irrelevant. Why the testing is irrelevant? Because he said publicly I could circumvent tests. I know how to pass tests. So for SNAC fighters, in my opinion, your test results is irrelevant to me. But no, people still want to play hard-headed, because a lot of people just doesn't want to coexist with other people's opinion that they might not like. People may not like me. There's people that respect me. There's people that subscribe to me. There's people that respect my intellect. There's other people that don't respect my intellect, that don't like me, so they won't want to coexist with my opinion. But even though I believe that this should be an opinion of many, everybody should be suspicious of something like that in the most dangerous sport. But because Terence Bud Crawford is one of the most respected fighters of this generation, one of the most accomplished fighters, people are getting a heart attack because now the finger is pointed at him, that he's moving to 3 division up, really, to the 168-pound division and face Canelo Alvarez. Why are you trying to be suspicious and trying to ask questions about Terence Crawford? Shut the F up, Punch. Shut the F up, Punch, and the rest of you YouTubers. You guys are effed up trying to attach Terence Crawford to PEDs. No, you damn fools. We're not trying to attach Terence Crawford to PEDs. We're trying to disattach Terence Crawford to PEDs with a guy that is known to destroy athletes and the sports in America, you dumb assholes, bro. That's what we're trying to do. Disattach them from that. But no. We're the wrong ones. We are the wrong ones now. See, people are trying to flip it, and other YouTubers que son come mierda. ¿Ah? Come mierda esa gente. Yo, when they interviewing a fighter, do you feel it's fair for these other YouTubers to be questioning Bud? I mean, I think that's crazy. And then these other people in boxing answers. Oh yeah, I think it's unfair. I think that's effed up. I think they're haters of Terence Crawford. I think that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Brian, one of the members of Punch on Boxing. Dímelo, mi hermano, Brian. Que lo que? Thank you. Oh man, these guys are wrong. We are wrong now. We are wrong. Wow. Only in the sport of boxing. We are wrong to be suspicious and question these athletes that are with him. And we are the wrong one. Only in boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Only in boxing. And I understand. Because last year, when the finger was pointed at Devin Haney, because we heard and we seen the documents that Devin Haney rehydrated 25 pounds, and a lot of people felt that it was abnormal. But guess what? Because he's linked to Victor Conte. Let me tell you like this. The people that get highlighted when people be like, yo, Punch, but you ain't saying nothing about Bam Rodriguez. Yo, Punch, you ain't saying nothing about Virgil Tisa. I understand why y'all say that, because y'all see me as like a Latino man, and y'all trying to think that this is a race or an ethnicity pointing fingers, and you want the Latino man to point the finger to the other Latino fighters. But if you follow the channel, I've pointed my fingers to Mikey Garcia. I've pointed my fingers to all the high profile fighters. One of my favorite fighters was Andre Ward. I didn't have a YouTube channel around the time with this little snackety snack. You think I wanted Andre Ward to be affiliated? You think I wanted Nonito Donaire, Asian fighter, to be affiliated? You think I wanted a Sean Porter, a guy that I respect, I've been watching since the amateurs, to be affiliated? No, I don't want none of those guys. None of those guys. Not Terence but Crawford, not Devin Haney, not no, not my boy Demetrius. I could tell my boy Demetrius Andre to his face, bro. Man, I just don't want you. I just don't want you with that guy. Because I don't want his legacy or potential victory, like he could have had a potential victory with David Benavidez, and then be smeared with the thought of, yo, come on, Demetrius Andre beat David Benavidez, man. That gotta be that. Terence but Crawford has the opportunity to capture one of the greatest victories in the history of the sport of boxing. And if he does, it's going to be smeared. Maybe not 100%. Maybe not 50%. But I'm going to tell you like this. A good amount of criticism and suspicion is going to ramp up like it never did before. And that's unfortunate. But we're the haters. Oh, I'm the hater. Okay. So now we're the evil ones. It wasn't me that stuck needles in Shane Mosley's arm or ass so he could go inside the ring and potentially kill a fighter. It wasn't me that was affiliated with the greatest, or allegedly affiliated with the greatest baseball player that ever lived. One of my favorite baseball players to this day, Barry Bonds. One of the greatest athletes that ever graced this earth. He's not even on the Hall of Fame. Baseball players, great baseball players that was affiliated, with Baco and all that stuff, are not in the Hall of Fame. But in boxing, cheaters, PED users are in the Hall of Fame. And if you see, the difference is that there is really no or very low integrity in our sport. He said that shit was 20 years ago. Okay. That's 20 years ago. Okay. That's 20 years ago. So guess what? If that was only 20 years ago, can you tell the Baseball Hall of Fame to put all these baseball players into the Hall of Fame that's not in the Hall of Fame? Can you tell the MLB to put Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire and everybody in the Mitchell report that had Hall of Fame legacies? Can you write a letter and tell them that this is 20 years ago and put all these guys into the Hall of Fame? But you know what? I have to adjust my mindset and throw away my integrity and what I feel so I could coexist with the fellow boxing fans and shove everything under the rug, because rest in peace to the Japanese fighter, two Japanese fighters that passed away. Because I'm going to grow an attitude that if there's fighters that's going to get potentially hurt and paralyzed and killed in the ring, and then one day it's because somebody cheated, I'm going to be like, hey, it's part of the game. Who cares? I'm a believer in second chances, right? Because everybody else is a believer in second chance. Everybody's a believer in second chance. You know what? I apologize. Personally apologize to Terence but Crawford and all the snack fighters everybody that's linked to Memo, everybody. I just apologize because it's a waste of time for me to try to even question and be suspicious. I apologize to Victor Conte. Victor Conte did his time. Victor Conte should be able to be. Matter of fact, I would like Victor. I want to know how Victor Conte would team up with LeBron James. I want to see how can he evolve as a basketball player even at the age of 40. I would love to see because Victor Conte is a science. He deserves a second chance. I would love to see how Victor Conte would do with what was his name, the baseball player from the Dodgers. I want to know how he would elevate those baseball players right now. I want to see Victor Conte with Stephen Curry. I want to see Victor Conte go back to track and field and probably see what he could do with Hossein Bolt. And the up and coming or the swimmers and stuff like that. Because he deserves a second chance. So for I won't throw more shades or create any type of suspicious, right? Because I'm not the one that's creating suspicious. It's them linking. You know what? This is boxing. This is the dirtiest player, and this is the most corrupted sport. A lot of politics in the sport of boxing, a lot of corruption. We cry about it every other fight, robbery, judging. I'm no longer gonna create awareness here. It's a waste of my time. This is boxing. I don't care if there's a robbery in the scorecard, is boxing. I don't care if somebody pops dirty, is boxing. I don't care if people are linked with past cheaters, is boxing. Is boxing. But I don't want nobody to come to my channel any longer to complain. I don't care if it's a robbery anymore. I don't care because this is boxing. And if I'm not going to be allowed and it's not going to make sense to the majority in this sport, if there's always going to be other YouTubers is trying to downplay other YouTubers because they're actually being fair, asking the right questions and being suspicious of something that of course is logical to be suspicious of. And we can't stay 10 toes down on something that is 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 highly logical to stand 10 toes down and be on the same page. Then you know what? I'm not gonna waste my time, bro. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna potentially burn any more bridges that are already burned because I want to bring awareness and expose certain things in the sport of boxing that needed to be exposed. And the only one that really gets hurt, not her, but the only one that really takes the bullet is myself. I will like every fighter to join Victor Conte. I think that if he is the person that's gonna get the respect to clean the sport, I believe that everybody should join Victor Conte. I think people should join, and I actually think that Victor Conte and Memo should both work together and really uh create a bigger team. The Arizas, the Memos, what is it? And there's more people. They just don't have the name like that to enhance and enhance snack. And I want all these fighters to join in. I want all these fighters. I want the boxing. I want people to request to Turkey Al Sheikh if he has the money to make sure that every fighter is with VADA 24/7 365. Everybody get tested. And then everybody will be on the same page. And then we won't have to question this fighter and this fighter and this fighter. I want all the fighters to be linked to Snack. I want all the fighters to be enrolled into 24/7 365. I want Eddie Reynoso, Victor Conte, and Memo to all join together, work together with the sanctioning bodies and stuff like that. I think that would be good for the sport of boxing. I think people won't point fingers, or people feel like they're pointing fingers, because calling people out is irrelevant. Calling people, it's not gonna do nothing. We love the we want to see the fights, right? And we don't want Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford to fight. Even let's say if Canelo Alvarez pop dirty again, right? I still want to see Bud Crawford. I still want, let's see the fight. I still want to see David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. I don't care. Let's not care. Who cares? This is boxing. We don't care. So let's just stop acting like we care. How about that? This is a sport with no integrity. And if we're going to be in this sport, we just have to adapt, right? And that's what I need to do. I need to, me personally, to, if I want to be in this community, in the YTBC, if I want to be in the community of the YTBC, in the sport of boxing, I got to understand that there's no integrity. And I got to put my no integrity cap on for this community. Create this character of no integrity for this community, and disattach myself, punch run boxing, from Eddie Gomez, and do not bring Eddie Gomez, who I am, into punch run boxing. That's what I'm gonna work on now, because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. There's other, you know what? And there's other YouTubers that do it. Other YouTubers know how to hustle people, know how to hustle a narrative, know how to hustle and stuff like that. But then they turn the cameras off and they just laughing at the subscribers that they gauged, that they hook winked. I don't have that. I love boxing. I respect fighters. I've tried to help fighters. I redline contracts. I've redlined contract for free. I've helped out fighters and not get no finder's fee, not get no percentage off, nothing. Because I'm, in the end of the day, it was great to just being a part of helping somebody accomplish their dreams. And with that, I said, damn, God is gonna bless me with that. And God did bless me with that. God has blessed me with that. When you look out for something, you think you're gonna get blessed in the sport, no, but you're gonna get blessed by something else. He said, "Did you cover how bad Ryan looked versus Rolly without PED? If that's what you want me to cover, if that's what you want me to cover, I'll cover it. I believe that Ryan Garcia got knocked out. Just like he got knocked out. Well, not knocked out. He looked at worse versus Javante Tank Davis. I don't think he was on PEDs with Javante Tank Davis. So you think that Osterin was the that build Ryan Garcia to beat Devin Haney. If that's what you believe, then that's what you believe. Then I guess Ryan Garcia looked horrible without Osterin. He looked there horrible. Maybe he needed to do Osterin again. Punch, you've been hating on Bud Snack and Victor Conte since Bud was announced. The sudden change of heart. Why the sudden change of heart? He said, I've been hating. See, I'm sorry I've been hating. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was questioning Victor Conte, Walter. I apologize that I was questioning the affiliations with Victor Conte. I apologize. I should have never hated and questioned it, and never linked Terence Crawford to Victor Conte, because Victor Conte is a stand-up human being in the sport of boxing that's trying to help and clean the sport, and is a very, very good man, has a very great reputation, and he's a guy that I believe every fighter should be linked with, because he is one of the most stand-up personnels in the history of sport. And I'm sorry that I was hating, Walter. Why the change of heart? Because I was wrong. Put it that way. I was wrong. I was wrong to be suspicious or question the affiliation of fighters that are with Victor Conte. I was absolutely wrong. Why did you question why did you ever question? Yeah, I questioned. My video is up there. My video is up there, Walter. Go to video, and remember I called them the juice crews. I put needles on all of them, from Francisco, Luis, and Eddie, but you didn't catch that video. You didn't catch that video? But you know what? I apologize to Eddie Reynoso and the juice crews as well. Because I don't know the details. He said I got that lawyer. No, man. What you talking about? Got what lawyer email? I just explained to y'all. I'm explaining to y'all. It was wrong for me to be suspicious because this is a community with no integrity. Canelo has been training with Eddie since he was 15. Yeah. Yo, Punch, if you're going to Canelo Crawford fight, I'll buy you a beer there. Good looking out, Brown. Good looking out. I'm thinking about it. He said, "What did you smoke, Punch?" Nothing, man. I think this is my sober thinking, bro. This is my sober thinking. I think that we should all. I mean, if Turkey outshake all the sanctioning body, Mauricio Sudamon, all the promotional companies, the networks, the respectable fighters are giving Victor Conte his second chance, and they don't care about the perception. Why? And then we're being called. I am being called wrong. I am being called hater. I am being called this. So let Victor Conte rock. You need to drink more, he said. Shout out to Victor Conte. Shout out to SNAC. Shout out to all the fighters that's affiliated with SNAC. Shout out to the Vada. Shout out to Margaret Goodman. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of them. I will no longer speak about this. I will no longer, like, I don't even want to disattach. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Not in this community. I could only, I want to, if I'm going to join something, a movement or anything that is awareness, I think it got to be all hands on deck. And I think things could change with all hands on deck, and we could create the type of, but if we're going to fight one another, because you think I'm hating because I'm suspicious of, I could be suspicious. I got the right to question, to be suspicious and not like the fighters to affiliate with Victor, and that's making us wrong, me wrong, and others wrong. Then you know what? You guys are right. You guys are right. Because in the end of the day, we're still gonna watch the fight. We're gonna watch the fight. So it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter even when people say, yo, but talk about Eddie Reynoso. Even though that we have talked about Eddie Reynoso, I still love Canelo Alvarez. And Terence Crawford is a hell of a fight. I would love to see Terence Crawford versus Jamel Charlo, Terence Crawford versus Jamal Charlo, or Terence Crawford even versus Fundura if he's trying to prolong his career. I would love to see Bud Crawford versus Boots. I don't care if Boots get cold on steroids, and I don't care if Bud Crawford. I don't care if none of those guys in Eddie Reynoso's gym. I don't care if 5 more guys in Eddie Reynoso's get cold with steroids. Who cares? You say you're not suspicious of Canelo. I just did a video. I'm suspicious with anybody that's with Eddie Reynoso right now. But guess what? It's wrong for me to be suspicious. It's wrong. Just like it's wrong to be suspicious of Victor Conte, because Victor Conte is a stand-up guy. Victor Conte is very unfair. It's unfair, guys, to be suspicious of Victor Conte because none of the snack fighters have tested positive for PEDs, right? In recent time, so even though he said he could circumvent test and could pass the test, nobody's popping dirty, Punch. All right, that's okay. So nobody's popping dirty. Let's not align ourselves with or thinking about that, why would you be suspicious of one of the most tested fighters in boxing? Why would you be suspicious of one of the most tested fighters? Because people want me to be suspicious of him. Because if I'm looking at one person, then the whole crop of people want me to look at this other person. So if we're looking at Bud, because he's the one that's daring to be great and still align himself with they want me to look at Canelo, so I'm not gonna look at Canelo. Okay, well, which I want to look at Canelo. Y'all want me to look at what he eats and stuff like that? We look at Canelo. Oh no, but look at Bam Rodriguez. Oh, like so we're gonna look at Bam Rodriguez because people are mad that we're looking at Bud. We don't look at Bud. Don't look at Bud, but look at Bam Rodriguez. All right, we're gonna look at Bam Rodriguez. Who's next? Who y'all want me to look at? Who y'all want me to do a video on? He says, nah, bro, it's bad timing. We all know there's been a hate train against Crawford. There's been a hate train against Crawford. A hate train. Where that hate train comes from. There's been a suspicious on Victor Conte. It's not a hate train on Bud Crawford. I don't think that Bud Crawford is a hater fighter. I think that Bud Crawford is loved by many. The reason why people are saying to stop talking about Victor Conte because they love Bud. They love Bud. Bud is one of the most respectable fighters of all combat sports. People don't want others to question or be suspicious of Bud associating with Victor Conte. Thus, they want us to stop with the Victor Conte suspicious and give Victor Conte a second chance because of the respect of Bud Crawford. So that's what we're gonna do. Bud Crawford is not hated. He's so loved and so respected that if we're talking about suspicious, they want us to give Victor Conte the benefit of the doubt based on the love and the respect of Terence Bud Crawford. See, last year in 2024, when it was on Devin Haney, see, Devin Haney's a highly accomplished fighter, but in this community, the YTBC, we understand, let's be real, he's one of the hate fighters. So nobody ever said when people was like, yo, what Alan Foster from the California State Athletic Commission says that it's abnormal for any fighter to be hydrating 25 pounds. And then Victor Conte, and this is what I wanted to say. For those who are saying, why don't you point the finger at this fighter and this fighter? It's because Victor Conte don't publicly talk about Bam Rodriguez. It's because Victor Conte don't publicly talk about Virgil Ortiz. We point the finger because Victor Conte on Twitter, he brings to light the negative test from Devin Haney, the negative test of Terence Bud Crawford. He talks about them. And then when he talks about them, we align them with him. See, he don't talk about Bam. He don't bring light to Bam. Just like Mamo was training David Benavidez. Mamo never talks about David Benavidez. So you don't hear the David Benavidez potential suspicious because he works with Mamo. Because Mamo does the right thing and stays quiet, stays in the back because he don't want to bring that energy to his fighters. Victor Conte brings that energy to his fighters. He the one that puts the negative test out there of Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford don't put his test out there. Bomac don't put his test out there. When Ryan Garcia got popped, it was Victor Conte that went to TMZ and did an interview. He put himself out there and publicly aligned himself with these fighters. And now we look at the fighter. But it's okay. So I just wanted to do a short. I'm going to talk about it in depth tomorrow. So I apologize. Victor Conte is a wonderful person in the sport of boxing. I think all fighters should be aligned with him. He is one of the most respected strength and conditioning nutrition scientist, guru in the sport of boxing. All I believe all athletes across the world should join in and go to his gym, support his cause, support his, and a matter of fact, you know what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen? If you not on snack, if I'm gonna be suspected of somebody, I'm gonna be suspicious of fighters that's not with snack. How about that, folks? I'm going to be suspicious because if Victor Conte is the one that is the pioneer of cleaning our sport, and you don't join SNAC, I'm gonna be suspicious of you. That's yes, that's what it is right now. If you don't join SNAC, if you don't preach that you want to be invited and 24/7, 365, you will be suspicious. Shout out to Pat Nation. It's only consider hating when the gun is pointed at their favorite fighter. Welcome to the new USA where every opinion is seen as hate and your guilty is proven innocent. Real boxing fans understand. Good looking out, my brother. Good looking out. But you know what? We're fighting a losing battle anyway. It's no point of bringing awareness. I was wrong. I don't know nothing. I'm just a drunk with a mic. So I apologize for the videos. I apologize for the suspicions and questioning. Who the hell am I to question Victor Conte, a guy that has done wonderful things in every sport? Shout out to Terence Crawford. You seek the right person. I hope that you put that you and Canelo Alvarez, and shout out to Canelo Alvarez for standing by Eddie Reynoso and everybody in that gym. I can't wait to see this wonderful fight with two elite fighters. It's gonna be a bonds and burner. It's gonna be an entertaining fight. I can't wait, man. Tune into to September 13th. Thank you, Turkey Out Shake. Shout out to all the snack fighter. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get my snack, my snack um supplements right now because I want to be the better self and I want to get back. I want to get back in shape. So love y'all. God bless and on to the next.